Tuesday the 30th of January 2018. It's about 1 p.m. This is our self-help group, Bob. Captain Bob commented this morning, it's a self-help group. And I thought, oh yeah, I've got some news for him. No, I don't know why I started this. I was inspired by Darren. I just loved his natural style, and he just came at you. It was fucking brilliant. Sorry, I think he's a better YouTube presenter than he is a rock star. Yeah, he looks slick and polished and everything else like that, but I like hearing what he's got to say, and he's more supportive for me doing what he's doing. But he's coming out of retirement, and good luck to you, Darren, if you're watching. I hope it goes well for you. No, Bob, this is a guerrilla group. Okay, these people are actually fighting in Kurdistan, men and women, actually. And the way I see it, that's you, that fella there, wounded. Not dead, pretty badly wounded though, okay? So the plan is to try and help you and drag you back to whatever they say, medevac or whatever it is. Try and get you fixed up a little bit and back on your feet and build your strength again. And maybe you can come back and rejoin this guerrilla platoon, or you can form your own, okay? Or you can do nothing at all. You can just go back to normal life. It's up to you. But I see it like we're fighting something. That's the question. I'm not quite sure about you. I don't have an answer to that one. But I hope that explains it. No, we're not I don't want to be a self-help group. I just think about it. How could you do it? One after the next, after the next. No, the best we can do is just pick up a few wounded, try and help them back, nurse them back to health, and hopefully they'll join us. And it's look. I'll put it to you this way. It's given me a sense of belonging. Okay, maybe it'll do the same for you. You've lost your family, you've lost your kids, you've lost your house, you've lost, let's face it, or let's look at it, maybe the big problem is you've lost your sense of belonging, okay? So maybe this will give it back to you in part. It's doing it for me. I feel great. It's a disparate group of people. And I was careful to say guerrilla here, guerrilla group, not platoon, because I don't want to give the idea that it's structured a certain way and it's done this way and done that way. No, it's just a ragtag group of people that are doing the best they can under very difficult circumstances. That's how I see us. Okay, yeah, we've all got to sort of aim the gun in the right direction and that sort of thing, and and we've got all the backing, all the training from US military that we could possibly need. I mean, you just don't let it beat you. Is step number one, and step number two is there's no reason why it should beat you. Apparently, well, that's it. I mean, it works for John, so that'll do us, I reckon. I mean, you can come up with your own mantra, I guess, but I mean that's all the training I've had. It's pretty good because I've never served in any military or done anything difficult like that. So, but to me, it feels a bit like that here. It just feels like I'm part of a small group. Who are trying to fight against something, which sort of introduces the topic I wanted to talk about today, which is, which is this. When the shit hit the fan with me, it revolved around my doctor for some reason. I'll explain it in another video in more depth, but he sat back and he said, "I'm sorry it got you." And my head was in, trying how to get a business up and running. And I didn't say anything at the time, but it struck me like, what got me? What? Because I was going, the shit was happening with my wife. He said, "Yeah, sorry that it got you," and it stuck in my mind. And I thought, something's got me. And as time has gone on, it's become more and more obvious to me, anyway, that out there's something. These people at least have the luxury of knowing that there are people on the other side of that. We don't know what we're up against, okay? And the only hope I had was a few months later, John said to me, my Iraq vet mate, he said, don't let it beat you. Oh. So on one hand, I've got one guy telling me that it has got me, and then another guy comes along and said, don't let it beat you. Right, okay. And he said, there's no reason why it should beat you. And yeah, well, I mean, tick. I'm I'm right there with that. But my first question is sort of like, can someone tell me what it is, please? No, I didn't actually ask that, but that's what I asked myself. What the fuck is this it? And I mean, this guy was a doctor that told me, so, you know, I thought he was sort of speaking with some sort of authority, some sort of inside knowledge and what have you. I thought, it. Okay, so where else do you go but YouTube? And, well, feminism was the first place to look. And then that led to, and so I thought, has feminism got me? Yeah, okay. And then I started reading about or hearing about this cultural Marxism, of which feminism was a part of or the front of or whatever. And then, as I explained in an earlier video, it didn't make much sense. Cultural Marxism, I mean, yeah, okay, it was coming out of Russia apparently, not from the Cold War, KGB or something. You know, they worked out this way how to overthrow West or keep Western people down or something like that, Western civilizations down. And then the whole Soviet Union fell to pieces, but this ideology was exported to the West and still living today. I mean, you know, the host has died, but the parasite's living on. And I thought, it feels like a parasite. Feels like something like that. And, you know, I don't pretend to be an expert here. I'm just a lot of my knowledge is coming from YouTube or YouTube vids, but it's just an idea. Plus, you know, what people are feeding back in comments. So anyway, one thing led to another, and then I was inspired by Darren. And I thought, oh, fuck it, I'm going to try doing this channel. I mean, he gets up there and just, you know, does, you know, he's just him. Just himself in his own skin. I thought, you know, he doesn't sit there with you know, no, it's just him. I thought, oh shit, if he's got the balls to do it, I've got the balls to do it. So I started doing the vids. And, you know, I was met by quite a warm reception. In fact, Darren plugged me very early in the piece, and I really appreciate it. Still a big shout at Darren. He fucking got right behind me. And I get right behind him. But he's got a different platoon, okay? That's the way I see it. He's got his own platoon. I want to try and form my own little one, okay? He does a good job over there. If he doesn't get community strikes and have to sit in the sin bin for a couple of months in the middle of winter, you fool. Good on you, son. Go for it. Yeah, and anyway, when you first open it, you know, first start a channel, the first thing that people say to you, and you'll realise yourself. I remember Burning Bridges saying, when I first met him, he came on and he said, "Oh, just keep telling stories. You know, that's always good. That always helps." And I thought, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Not a problem. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, I'll do that. He said, yeah, that works. Yeah, and it does. But I found that stories are good. But I like a bit more complexity than just stories. I like folding stories into other things. Yeah, but yeah, no, I know what he means. You know, as opposed to talking about ideology. You know, like mgtow's this, mgtow. You know, it gets a bit boring after a while. Okay. Yeah, so stories. People like listening to stories. So I thought, oh yeah, well, okay. Well, why don't I? You know. Yeah, I've got a bit of background knowledge from mgtow, whatever. Plus, you know, I can draw on my own experience from things I've seen and learned and heard over the years, and I've had a few years. But then the other thing I thought is, I'll feed on the comments. I didn't think of it as feeding at the time. But yeah, the people talk, you know, so someone will make a comment or someone, I'll use that as a cue to make up a vid. You know, and I'll think about what they say, or it might bring something to mind or something. But if you like, I'm feeding off their comments. And this is I want you to try and understand what I'm talking about here, because it's not terribly difficult, but I'm going to make a larger point out of it in a moment. And I'm telling you this so I've got a handful of contributors, if you like, comment contributors and what have you. Oh shit. My head, I'm just, honestly, I've probably got 5 videos, in my mind at the moment from just today's comments. And there are about 3 or 4 of them. It spawns more and more and more. And the way I'm looking at it, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just one after the next. And I even got to thinking, oh shit, maybe I better marry AB, and and she can take care of me and organise me and everything, while I take care of my men going my own way, video channel. I just thought that was appropriate. Yeah, get married because I'm too busy on my mgtow channel. Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make, and this is how I had my daily epiphany with it, was I looked at, yes, I think, okay, I'm going to put my hand up and say, yeah, I'm feeding off the comments that are coming my way. And I'm feeding off like I've Captain Bob, Kurt 2022, mgtow values, and others. What their input, what they've said, and I've actually picked up what they're what they're talking about, and and I've gone with it. And I thought, oh, isn't this interesting? I just, that's what I want, 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 20, 30, 10, 15, 5, 3, whatever I've got. It doesn't matter. I don't want, I'm not here to get 1,000 subscribers or whatever it is that someone was saying you need to get monetized. I don't think there's much money in it anyway, is there? But I'm not here to make an income out of a channel, nor do I want 1,000 subscribers, because my first thought is I don't want to run an army. I really just want to hang with a group of people and have a sense of belonging, and hopefully I can give them that same sense of belonging. And in time they'll go on. Hopefully they'll go back to normal life and whatever, and get out of the trenches and return, and maybe come and visit occasionally. But I started thinking about it. I thought, now hang on a bit. What would I do if I wanted 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers? What would I do? And I thought, well, I'd have to go looking for a fight, wouldn't I? Because let's face it, vicious is delicious. Let's have a big fight. Let's stir up some shit. Let's get some comments going. Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, I thought, yeah, that's what I'd do. It'd be more topical, more confrontational. Everybody likes a good fight, don't you? Get in there. Yeah, that's what I'd do. So I could feed on that. Another thing I could do is sow fear. I got a video from someone who said, I've responded. I won't mention the name; it's not necessary. As I've responded to you with a video, and I had a look at it, and my name was mgtow Magic was up there in a blue screen, and it was this booming like Big Brother. I thought, my Godfather is Big Brother, boom, boom, in mgtow. Because I haven't been in mgtow for a while. I sort of drifted away. Okay, I only came back to have a look after the sexual harassment bullshit. Okay, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what the fuck's happened to mgtow? It was boom, boom. It's like Big Brother talking to me. I hear this, strong masculine voice, and excerpts of my video interspersed through it. Jesus, is this? And the first thought, I think this guy's trying to fill me with fear. And my second thought was, yeah, I could see myself telling John, who got blown up in it by a mine and then came home to be stabbed by the wife 8 times. I could just imagine saying to John, he'd say, how's your channel going, Bob? And I'd say, well, a matter of fact, John, I got scared by a vid. And I could see myself telling John that, me, big brave man. I've never done any military service or anything. I can really, I got scared off by a vid. How'd he go? Oh, it's pretty dangerous out there. He would laugh at me. I'd say he'd probably fucking delete me. He'd give up on me. At least I would if I was him. I'd give up on me. So I thought, no, I'm not going to get scared by your vid. Sorry. But it made me think. It made me think, why is he trying to scare me? But there's a lot more to this than just I think anyway, than just making mgtow views or getting subscribers. Because I mean, that's probably what he's doing, maybe, or maybe he's doing it for a wider agenda. I don't know. I really don't know. But I got to see, you don't talk to somebody in this big booming voice to, mgtow magic said this, like he claims it was anarchy. Yeah, well, there's no governing body here. There's no real leaders. That's anarchy. That's sort of pretty obvious, I thought. But anyway, that's all by the by. But the whole point, it got me to thinking of, if you wanted to be the all-powerful genie and really boom, 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 that's a way to do it. To cause strife and trouble and that sort of thing. And it occurred to me after talking to Kurt 2022, and he was getting attacked. And Kurt 2022 is, he's into no ownership. He doesn't own women; they don't own him. Same as me. I don't think he's a pickup artist at all. I just think he's into non-ownership, but he doesn't own them; they don't own him. And as soon as they start wanting to own him, he goes bye. And I thought, who's got something to lose here when you think about it? Who's got every right to be a bit fearful when you think about it? And I thought, maybe the chicks are a bit fearful. Maybe that's what's really happening here. The people like Kurt 2022 and me and a few others are probably thinking, fuck it. I don't want to be owned anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to feel like a slave. I don't want to feel like being fucking whipped. No, fuck it. I just don't want it anymore. So they have gathered their forces, and there's a whole bunch of people that are feeding off their fears. Okay. And that's why I told you about the feeding, because I'll tell you straight up front, I am feeding off your comments. That's how I'm generating the content. I'm feeding off your comments. Okay. Now these people, I believe, are feeding off fear. Of female fear. They're not liberating women at all. They're putting them into the worst prison you could ever imagine to gain power themselves. No, to get more subscribers, to become a bigger to be the man on the block. I mean, I don't want to be. I just want a few, us against what the fuck is it and where is it? How do we shoot it? John, fucking get over here quick. We don't know what to do. Because that's how I see it. Just a small group, and hopefully, Captain Bob will get better and he'll fucking go and make his own group. And others will follow suit, and do it the best way you can. Get together with a few buddies, and you'll get benefit out of it in itself. You'll actually feel a sense of belonging. It's probably not the same as a family, but it's better than nothing, eh? Because that's what I had, nothing. I wasn't anything to anybody other than someone, a potential source of a few bucks. But here I feel like you're not after me for money. You're not after me for any other reason than maybe you like listening to you. Maybe I'll give you something to think about. I don't know. Maybe if I mention all your names enough time, you'll feel like you're a part of a group, a sense of belonging. And look, I even thought last night, what's wrong with, why couldn't say Janet the mgtow be a part of our little, yeah, they have chicks here. Yeah, they get in there, all men, women, women, women. It's not all men, all women, or no, it's just one the next. They're all fucking fighting. Maybe they don't want to be living in fear either. Maybe if we start sort of saying, no, we're not out here to kill you. Well, you stop trying to kill us. Maybe they could join our little guerrilla group. And think a bit about what we're doing and what we're saying, and maybe there's something in it for them as well. Maybe they can get something out of it. But that's how I see it, Bob. It's a guerrilla group, and I'm interested in what Kurt 2022's got to say, because actually his views are the same as mine. And I was lying in bed last night and I thought, yeah, fuck it, I don't want to be owned by anybody, and nor do I want to own somebody. And I was thinking, perhaps that's why I hang with AB and Bumba. I mean, AB talks to loads of guys, and so does Bumba. Bumba doesn't tell me about them, but I mean, she talks to a heap of guys. But it's like I've got a little compartment in her head, and she's got a little compartment in my head. Yeah, it's an important part. Yeah, and for the little, when we're together, we're together. And I tell you what, I back Bumba up all the fucking way. Okay, I do the same thing for AB. She's a tough little nut. But they both are, and I like them. But they stand, 1-to-1 with me, and they treat me well. So I like people who treat me well. I'm just going to be honest. You want to fight and argue with me and tell me I'm an arsehole. Well, yeah, fair enough. You're entitled. I probably won't. I'll drift away from you, and I won't want much to do with you. I sometimes think that's this. Let's have this big fight. Oh, Vietnamese are bad at that. Oh my God, Father, never meet a Vietnamese. It just doesn't matter. Let's have the big fight, and and then we're friends. But we've got to have the big fight first. Oh, every time. And you'd be saying hi. Say, I don't know. I don't want the big fight. I just don't say. I don't. Oh, it's just it goes all the way back to the sergeant major. You'll hate me, but you love me in the end. I think it's that. I don't get off square one with that. It's just, okay, looks like you hate me, so you fucking do. So see you later. No, it's just there's no need for it. I don't reckon. No, I mean it's just people I talk to. Yeah, they're all on that basis. They're all. We just got along. Just because that's my view. You've all got your own view. You all got your own little story. And like sometimes it's a bit awkward for me because within the group we've got Bob, Captain Bob, who's this guy here. Okay, and the rest of us are having a bit of a laugh and a bit of fun and that sort of thing. We're not all shooting all the time, but he's wounded, and it's pretty hard to sort of. I have a laugh and a joke when someone's suffering like he is. It's if you get my drift. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know. That's probably why I suggested, can we try the fucking video? Maybe we can get you better in a hurry. Maybe we can fix you up quickly. But I can take your point. You're in no fit state to do it, and and it's you've got to do what you've got to do. But we're here, or at least I'm here for you. Okay. And if you ever get to doing your own platoon thing, it's the money's shit, okay, but the coffee's good. Yeah, that's the best thing about it. It's good coffee. So that's the upside, in a material sense. But if you can get yourself to doing it, if you can get yourself better and you get yourself to doing it, you'll get a sense of belonging, and hopefully you hang in and at least keep in touch with your group. I'd like to too. I keep in touch with my Pal Talk group, if you like, but we weren't a militia. We weren't a guerrilla group like this. We were just a bunch of fucking idiots, really. But that's the way I see it. Yeah, these people, and someone somewhere is feeding off you somehow. I'd never really seen it until I had to do it myself. Really do it myself. In this sense, in a broader sense. And I honestly, I could take the view. Yeah, let's get huge. But I don't want to. If I had 1,000 subscribers, how could I talk to everybody? And that's me. I just, I want a small group of people. and then if if it gets too big, someone, maybe get a few ideas of me, and go over and visit Darren, get a few ideas of him, and go and form your own group. And that'll actually, we can support one another that way. Uh, this is going on too long again. Okay, I had a lot to say, and I think I've said most of what I've wanted to say. I had a couple of videos in mind, but I think I've said it mostly in this one. I'll go over it again, but I just wanted Bob to understand that no, not a self-help group. I just couldn't do it. Just the next and the next and the next. It'd be too much, and I don't want to be. Like, it's okay to handle a wounded occasionally, but you know what I mean. I'm not a doctor or a nurse. I'm just one of the guys. I like to have a laugh and a joke and get back to normal life. I want you back to, I don't want you like this. If we leave you like that, you'll die, okay? Or rot away or something. No, we'll try and get you back. And then hopefully, if you don't, you don't. If you go on, fine, understand that entirely. But you might stick around for a little bit, or you might form your own group, okay? Or you might say a couple of prayers for us that, when you go to bed. I've got a lizard wanting to come in. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I'll feed you in a moment. I've got a hole in the door. They let themselves in. Yeah, where's my food? Okay. Well, I think that'll do for this one. It's 26 minutes. I have to stop. Okay. So I just want you all to remember. See that? Yeah, it's out there. It is out there somewhere. We're not sure what it is, but just don't let it, whatever it is, beat you. Okay. Just do what they're doing. Keep shooting. Keep fighting. Do something. Don't let it beat you. Okay. See ya.